process for cutting your last man standing game. Once you have Inventor open, the first thing that we want to do is go up to our top ribbon bar and select Open from the ribbon bar at the top. Click Open. It should automatically bring you to your H drive. If it doesn't, click on the pull down menu here and it goes all the way down to the bottom, first initial last name 000. And in your H drive you should find your last man standing game and click Open. Once your last man standing game opens up on your computer, the first thing that we need to do is switch over to the CAM tab. If you open up on the 3D model tab, your ribbon looks like this. I want you to find the tabs at the top, go over to CAM, and we're going to change to the CAM tab. The first thing we need to do is set up our part. So we're going to go up to our ribbon bar and we're going to select Setup from the ribbon bar at the top. These tabs that are along the side in the model browser, there are 3 of them here, sometimes there's 5. We're going to work the tabs from left to right, and each tab we're going to take a look at from top to bottom. In this first tab here, we're going to change our origin from stock box point to model origin, and that takes the icon and takes it out of the middle and places it in the lower left hand corner, which matches our origin. Then we're going to go across to our next tab where we're going to set our stock. Where it says stock offset mode, we're going to click on the pull down menu here and we're going to select no additional stock. You can see that these dimensions now match our original part here. Our last tab in this one is our post-process tab. We're going to highlight the 1001 and we're going to type in last man standing and your last name. So last man standing and your last name. Once you have that done, select OK in this model browser in the bottom left hand corner. Once you have that finished, the first thing we're going to do is take care of these holes that are going to take care of the pegs. In order to do that, we're going to come up to our ribbon bar and we're going to be in our drilling area and we're going to select Drill. And the first thing we need to do across these tabs, once again, tabs from left to right, and each tab we're going to take a look at from top to bottom. In here, we want to select our tool. Now, earlier in the year, we took and we downloaded a tool list. So if you take your pull down menu here and you scroll down, there should be a Butler MS tool library. If there is, click that and we're going to choose 1/8 inch flat end mill. If you don't see Butler MS tool library, when you're up at the top, you want to find sample libraries, and underneath there is end mills, and they're the same tools I loaded in for you for this time. Choose 1/8 inch flat. Click Select, and that shows us our tool right here. Once we have our tool selected, we're going to move across to our next tab, which is where we're going to select our geometry. In here, all we're going to come across and we're going to click each one of the 15 holes that we created when we were drawing the part. Once we have all 15 holes selected, we're going to move across to our third tab, which is our heights tab. In here, for the clearance height, we're going to change in the pull down menu here, the retract height, we're going to change that to model top. And we're going to change this offset to 0.2, so model top and 0.2. The retract height, we're going to change to model top and 0.2. And the feed height, we're going to change to model top and 0.2. So these top ones here, clearance height, retract height, and feed height, all are model top and 0.2. When you're finished with that, we're going to move on to our final tab. This one here, since we selected drilling, that means we're going to be drilling, and once it's done getting to the final depth, it's going to rapid retract out. So that's okay. Down in the bottom of the browser, click OK. Now in order to take a look at what we just got done doing, we can come up to the top, click on our Simulate tab on the left-hand side of our ribbon bar. We can check the stock option here. That turns our block green, and then we're going to take and click play, and it's going to show us what we just got done doing and programming our toolpaths for drilling. Click close. After our drilling operation is done, we now need to pocket out this area here where we're going to store the pegs when they're not in use. So we're going to come up to our 2D milling area of our ribbon bar, and I want to find 2D pocket. Click to select it. The first thing, once again, tabs go left to right across the top, and each tab we're going to take a look at from top to bottom. The first thing we're going to do is choose our tool tab. Now this one says that it's specifying an 1/8 inch flat. However, if you take a look down here, you see how we have a couple of errors in the feed rate and lead in and ramp spindle. All this stuff is all error code. So we're going to choose a different tool. So click on a toolbar, and we're going to once again go to End Mills here, or you can scroll all the way down to the bottom and find your Butler MS tool library. We want to select that same 1/8 inch flat end mill and click select. Now all those numbers are filled in properly. Going across to our next tab, where we're going to select our geometry, we want to come over to the pocket that we made, and I want to have this whole red area highlighted in the bottom. You have to move your cursor around a little bit in order to get it correct, because we don't want the outside edge at the bottom. We don't want the top of it either. We want that whole area to be highlighted in red. Once it is, click to select it. Then we're going to move across to our next tab where we're going to establish our heights. And just like we did in the first tooling operation, we're going to select Model Top and point 2. In this box here, we're going to select Model Top and point 2. And in our third box, we're going to select Model Top and point 2. So these top 3 boxes are all Model Top and point 2. Let's move across to our next tab over for our passes. In here, we want to uncheck stock to leave. So we don't want, after we're done cutting, we don't want to leave any stock, so we're deselecting that. Move over to our final tab. In here, we're going to come down to where it says leads and transitions, and we're going to uncheck lead in, uncheck lead out, and we're going to change our ramp style from helix to plunge. Once we're finished with those options there, click OK. It's going to process it up here. When it's done, we're going to click Setup 1 so that all toolpaths are going to run. Then we're going to come up to the top in our ribbon bar on the left-hand side and click Simulate. Click Play. It's going to run through your tool operations. Once it finishes, this is where we're going to take, and you are going to screenshot this page, this screen, this step in the area, screenshot this. This is what you're going to enter into Google Classroom for turning in for running your toolpaths. When you're finished, after you screenshot this and save it to your photo roll, then we're going to come to our browser bar on the left-hand side and click Close. Now we're going to come up to the top and we're going to click Post-Process. Post-Process is right next to Simulate. We're going to change this to go to our H drive. So if it's not already selected, you have to click this box here. We're going to go down to our H drive. Now you can't select up here, nothing ends up showing up. So we're going to have to come over to the side and we're going to select our H drive. If you can't see your H drive, that means that your PC has been expanded. We want to take and click on the arrow next to this PC to expand it. Select your H drive, and then in your H drive is where you're going to take and you're going to save. Click Select Folder, and your name Last Man Standing and is in there. Click Post. Click Save. Now I already had one saved in there from before. If this shows up, you're going to click yes, but I'm replacing the one that I have. That shouldn't show up for you. Then we get our file editor. When this opens up, we're going to click X to close, and then we're going to go to the top orange file in the left-hand corner, click on File, go down to Save, and then congratulations, you are done. Please don't forget to upload that photo from your photo roll of the screenshot of all your toolpaths to Google Classroom. Have a great day.